up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel and I am the co-founder of Flourish Lashes. Happy New Year, happy 2023, and I have a great video for you guys today. So I know a lot of people who watch my videos are generally beginners. Some aren't, some are, but a lot of you have very similar questions. And these are questions that I feel I can definitely answer for you, but it is not to be confused with the fact that you still have to get certified. I give so much information on my channel. I try my best to give you guys all the tips, all the tricks, even just teach you guys things, but none of this is in substitute of a certification or a licensing or anything like that, because as much as you can get through all these tips and tricks and kind of figuring it out, there's so much information that needs to be conveyed to you in the right manner, and it needs to be laid out in the right way so you understand everything top to bottom. The info that I give is really for people who are certified, that actually have been through the training, that need the extra help. But of course, if you aren't certified, I'm so happy if my videos help you. It's just a matter of making sure that you don't substitute it for an actual training. I always recommend, and I definitely emphasize on actually being certified. Okay, now with that being said, let's get into this video. I'm gonna be teaching you guys all about the lash curls, lengths, diameters, and everything you need to know about how to pick the variation of your lashes. Okay, so when it comes to figuring out your variations, there are a ton of things that may sound super confusing, but they really aren't. It's just a matter of understanding them and knowing what you're looking for. And I promise it will be second nature and you literally will not have to think about this ever again. But there are three things you look for when you look for a lash tray and you look for the lashes that you're actually trying to put onto your client. It is gonna be your length, your diameter, and your curl. So length, diameter, and curl. Those are the three things that you're gonna need to know when you are doing any set. And I promise you, if you don't know these things, it's gonna make your life a lot harder when it comes to actually trying to achieve a certain set or trying to actually enhance your client's natural lashes, especially when your client knows what this is and you don't. It's just gonna make things a lot harder. So understanding this as a base point is going to help you a lot. And I promise it is crucial when doing lash extensions. Okay, I'm about to show you guys a bit of a chart to kind of give you a better idea of what we're looking at, but this here is a chart kind of indicating what you're looking at when it comes to length, curl, and diameter. There's going to be a range for each one. You do want to stay within a certain amount with each one, to be honest, especially when you're looking at certain sets. So let's start with diameter. Okay, now when we get into the volumes can be a bit trickier, but you always want to make sure that you are using the right weight for the amount of dimension in each fan. Dimension, what do I mean by dimension? Dimension is when we're talking about a 3D lash, a 4D lash, a 5D lash. The D in that stands for dimension, which means how many extensions are in each fan. So a 3D lash would be a smaller fan, something like a 10D lash would be a big fan. So this matters because when you're picking the weight of your lash, you need to know this so that you know how much dimension can be in each fan. Okay, so when we're talking about the different types of volume, we have our regular volume and then we have our mega volume. So when we're making fans, we want to make sure that all mega volume fans are never made with anything higher than a 0.03 in weight. The reason being is, like I said, the bases are going to be too thick and the fans are going to be too heavy. So we need to make sure that we're using 0.03. And when we're talking about a mega volume fan, we're talking about a fan that has 8 dimensions, well, 8D plus, and those are going to give you those super full fluffy sets like this one right here. Those are going to be mega volumes. Anything under a mega volume, or anything less than a mega volume, I should say, you can use a 0.05 or a 0.07. The reason why I always recommend going to a 0.05 is because you have the leverage to kind of go a bit thicker and a bit smaller. When you're using a 0.07, you are limited in the sense that you have to make smaller fans. I never recommend going anything more than a 4D with a 0.07 because you can see and feel how thick those fans can get. But if you are going for a specific look, then yes, a 0.07 is always great because it does have a thicker look to it. But again, you have to keep the fans quite small. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys exactly what a volume set would look like compared to the mega volume, but I'm also gonna show you guys some of the fans. So you can see in this picture what mega volume fan is gonna look like, and that's using 0.03s. And then in the middle, we have our 0.05, and then we have our 0.07. So you can see that the 0.07 is much thicker and much more dense than the rest of the fans. But of course, with the 0.05, it's the perfect in between. You can kind of get a larger fan with still remaining a thin base, but that's why I highly recommend 0.05s. But if you are going to the mega volumes, always jump to 0.03s. Sometimes you can even find a 0.02. If you do, that would be even better, but that is the best way to get a big fluffy fan without actually sacrificing your client's natural lash and making sure no damage is done to the natural lashes. Next thing is, how can you actually tell? Because I think this is the biggest issue with people, is figuring out when you're looking at that tray what the actual numbers on there and letters mean. So let's get into that. So looking at your tray, so you're gonna flip to the bottom, and most lash trays will have this at the bottom or the top or anywhere on the box really, but you're gonna look for three things. It's gonna be the 0.0 number, then you're gonna have a letter, and then you're gonna have another number. So a lot of people get confused with that 0.07 right there and that 13 millimeter right there. So the reason these are two different numbers is because the 0.07 is gonna be your weight, your diameter, and then the 13 millimeter is going to be your length. The way you can tell both of these numbers apart is because any number that has a millimeter after is always going to be your length, and anything that is a decimal, like a 0.07 or a 0.10 or a 0.15, anything like that, that is going to be the weight of your lashes. And then the C is always going to indicate your curl. So it could be C, D, DD, CC, anything, but that's how you're going to tell. It's going to go, it could be in different orders, but it's really going to go 0.07 is diameter, letter is curl, millimeter is length. Okay, so the next thing to go into is the actual curls of the lashes. So hit my next video and I'm gonna talk about all about the curls and what you need to know and how to actually map out the set you want. But if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back with something new next time. Bye.